Good day, people of YouTubes. Two things have happened. Firstly, I've shaved. Secondly, Mahjong Souls tournament management thing has definitely balked on me. I have tried logging in a bunch of times. I have basically, the way it works is it's basically a two-factor thing. Enter email address, send verification code off to my email account. It just refuses to let me in on multiple refreshes and stuff and things. So I have set up a server, which is the Mahjong temp server, and we can continue to play on this. I do have a plugin which converts a lot of things to English, which makes it a lot easier on my end. I'm just going to throw that into Discord, just so that is done. However, as traditional, whenever I make Tenho servers, something always goes slightly wrong with the people who don't have proper IDs, so I need to make sure I've set it up correctly, because I always do this the wrong way around, and I can never remember what causes it. So we're going to go onto here without the anime girls for the moment, and we're going to go back to a time where we had basically a lot slower, a lot faster gameplay. Well, we'll see how this goes. One extra red Dora is the thing that is going to happen here. I think I've set it to full Hanchans. Okay, good. I've got it set up correctly. So we have Draconis, Yorok, Rise, and myself. Let's go. Brave New World of Tenho. Oh, I missed this. I mean, it's weird to say I've missed this, but I have actually kind of oddly missed this. Alright, starting south. I think the last time I did this was when I decided to stay up because I was waiting for a delivery to come in. Toss east since one of those is gone, and it is Dora. My audio, or just because I can certainly adjust some things. Okay. Give her a 9, man. Mahjong today is definitely happening, but currently it's not going to happen on Seoul, and means that we're going to have to calculate points afterwards. The good news is I did adjust the scoring to match Tenho a little while ago, so at the very least the scores are going to be consistent. And the hand is building. Okay. So low dot tile ideally. Although that will do. Question is, do I want to go for pairs? I think we will go pairs route on this one.
Boom.
Yep. Bomb. Get rid of one. So Ishan's in.
Boom.
Rise chasing down the possible Chinitsu. Unfortunately, that's not what we need. So 5, 8, 6, 9 for the Tenpai. I suppose we can also take it forward. Well,
Boom.
no, it wouldn't work if we get a forward up. Okay, second call against this. So triple of a 6 call, but it could easily be a 9 that he's waiting on. We'll see if we can get some additional safety, or at least call for Tenpai. 6 more draws. Oh, that's awkward. I don't think he wants it, and Mansu have been quite cheap, so we'll play on. And if things do go wrong, we at least have a second one that we can play. Alright, 4 more draws.
Chi.
Didn't deal in. Good.
Kang.
So 6-9 for the win. It's tricky because I know he's probably on that, so I'm gonna fold. Alright, so cut the 9 first. We'll take the fruit tan. There's an argument I could have tried to make that pass, but also we saw other 6s were gone. He didn't want 9s, so safe enough to push the 8. Okay then, West to begin. So, dealer turn. Double Dora. So, possibility of just going for a quick Tanyo here. And I think given things, that's what we're going to sort of lean into. Tanyo Dora 2 would be absolutely perfect for us. Dora 3 then. Alright, that helps the Tanyo side of things. Just now need to fill in this ideally. Ah. Gonna keep the option. I don't really want to play the East yet, especially I don't want to play the East now. Although 8 dot is safe. It's probably going to be a Dora weight then, based on that. Don't want to fully defend down against this because obviously he will score more points if it turns into anything. That being said, not going to give him more value if we can help it. And 9 dot's just been proven safe as well, which is useful for us. Okay. So we might pursue Riichi with the East, but that is going to be a dangerous one.
Sumo.
Alright, see what happens. 7 pairs, and yeah, I guess his 8 makes a bit of sense. Although I'd have probably kept the 8 over the 3, truth be told. Still, there's bad news for us because we were dealer at the time. I didn't see how many of those were actually out, so maybe it was the correct decision to go with that one. But so I had to go big reach on the single weight, and it paid off for him. And I was scared off throwing Medora, which, in fairness, valid enough concern.
Home.
Alright, Dragon Call. So Rise is on a bit of a rampage. We'll follow up for the moment. Option to try and call and make this a Tanya, but I think that's aggressive against what he's doing, so we'll hold off for now. If Fan was a little closer and we didn't have a couple of stragglers, then maybe. follow up for the moment. The other side of the coin is the hand just has no value behind it if we go to attack this. I played a 9 at the very start, so I don't think he has a lot of Manzu. It's not a good read necessarily, but you know, it's the read we're going to take. He was dealer. He's made an early call. He reckons his hand is at least good enough for that half of things.
Riichi.
Okay, reach across. Now we can safe that one for the moment. And our second one's safe, which puts us with a shout at getting to something here. We can give and safe tile, so we will make use of that.
Tsumo.
And another single 7 pairs. And hit the 2 Urdura, so we got the shortcut to Hanneman. Who's in the lead? Not interested in that, really. So this is looking very much like a weird 7 pairsy game at this stage, if only because it looks like our hand could get there as well. Not sure we necessarily it's good or that we want to, but, you know, it's an option. Unfortunate. Okay, so we've now dropped a pair on the route 7 pairs, which, yeah, always feels good. We'd have had tempo if we did manage to stick with that. We'll go with this for the moment.
Home.
Okay, so we've accelerated. It was a risk of going with that, but equally we don't want to be on middle tiles if we can avoid it. That being said, we're not going to have a choice. We're going to be in a middle tile some way, shape, or form. Green is playable.
Riichi.
Ooh, that's not great for us. Well, we're going to follow up with the green. And then I don't know if we can advance this hand any further. Alright, it's thinking.
Riichi.
Alright, pursuit reach with a white dragon.
Tsumo.
Oh, somebody's being a jam thief. Okay. Continuing on, East 4. Starts with a Door Dragon. It's annoying as I had one. Oh dear. Also, Rise is AFK, but unfortunately, unlike Soul, I don't have a way of stopping that, really. Oh, he's back. Okay. No. Oh, damn, it's just because he flickered to that, and obviously that... He is back. Good. Hope the 7 dot wasn't too critical for him.
Home.
this hand's I could potentially go for here, but ultimately
チ
it's coming down to this, and also we've got a chase on.
ポン
Alright. So this might be a case of leader being overly aggressive here, because he does not need to attack Draconis right now. By all intents and purposes, he's won enough points to win the game, so he should be trying to just safety this against Rise for the most part. Giving easy points to the other two players is the easiest way to just lose that lead. And by opening his hand up, unless he needed it for something, who knows. Oh, that was a fortunate draw. Okay, so we're Ishanten. Fortunately, it's not Tanyo, so we can't call that.
リーチ
We'll go with this. One was just played, but that's not a guarantee of anything. 3 left.
C
Only a 2-hand hand, so not the end of the world for anybody to deal into this, but
C
he's down there. So Draconis is on the quick attack plan. Or they fold out while being safe against other people plan, I don't know. One of those two.
Pong.
You're not even Tenpai.
スモ
I mean, I wish it was worth more because that's not punishing him enough, but if he's not even in Tenpai and making those sorts of calls, that's not a good way of keeping the lead. Well, let's see how this goes. 1 door in hand. Good start. Okay, Nishanten. If we can draw a 6-3, we'll be waiting on Dragon something. Not Dragon Pairweight. If we can draw a Dragon, though, that'd be ideal for us, I think. Close 7. I mean, I'll take a Tenpai for it in case we incidentally draw it this turn, but we want to obviously do something else with this hand. Six or 3 dock puts into a thing, so
ポン
alright, we'll take it. It's to become dealer, so 6-3 is fine here. Problem is, they're both either side of a door. Well, we'll see. You never know. Somebody might be over aggressive. And if not, there's in theory 6 of them we can draw. Unfortunately, no more carnage. I suppose the other option, of course, if we draw a 5 dot, we can change to a double pair weight, go dragon, draw a 2, potentially draw a 3. But yeah, we'll stay. We're not going to give new information where we can avoid it. Yeah, also no call on. I do this in solid more often than I should be right now. I just want to, again, deny information where I can here. Alright, so double ton
Riichi.
from dealer and reaching on a 7. I have no idea what's on by default for the head bump Atanahane. I can probably find out actually. But I'll do that after I've made my draw. Oh, could be one man. 10 is probably worth keeping though.
Sumo.
There we go. And 100,000 for us as well. Hatsudora. Okay, let's go 1 dot. So a lot of points to make up here. 291. But it can be done here. But we're not going to do it with that. Suppose it gave us the marginal chance of the possibility, but not really a thing. Alright, indicates dragon. No help. Okay, so Tanyo Ishanten.
Riichi.
That's awkward. 2 should probably pass against him based on his discards, but again, we'll play it safe for the first turn where we can. Alright, that's not great. At least it's encouraging us to do this, so that's what I mean by it not being great. We have to try and make the 3 dot pass, which doesn't feel like a great tile right now. North is okay.
Sumo.
And he sumos. Cheap, unfortunately, but that's all Rise is going to care about to get himself in the second. And more importantly, give him his dealer turn. And Irok appears to have at least calmed down a bit, so maybe taking the win to heart there. Well, who knows. Right. So I've got a lot of work to do this, and we got 2 to go, and I need to pick up 3,000 points. So we're looking 2 Han Sumo ideally, well, 2 Han Sumo to just do it in one go. We probably need a bit more than that to be sure. But Rise picking up any points here will make second place much more difficult. I should say no, just to see what the reaction would be. But that would be extremely mean. Yeah, I got the 1-2 here. I can't get the south yet because it's not safe. And also could potentially still buff our hand up a little bit. So we'll avoid other things. North isn't helping me. And Rise is obviously keeping that for the off safety play against me here, because obviously the worst thing for Rise right now is dealing to me. He's got the policy exactly correct. Alright, we can shift to Tanya to try and force a hand before Rise goes. And actually, it's kind of happening anyway. Alright, Ishanten. T5, 4-7. She'll reach Tanya Dora.
Home.
Yep. Potentially Ipeco as well if we can pull that one off, but we're more interested in the Tanya right now.
Home. Riichi.
Alright, reach Tanyo, Ipeco, Dora. 4-7. Yeah, it's a little risky against. I suppose it isn't. Just thinking that was what Sandra Draconis played a couple of turns ago. I'm hoping he attacks, because that would just be perfect punishment, I think, perhaps. But at the very least, it brings the game in. There we go. I've brought the game back into focus a little bit for the last hand. I'm not sure I can actually overhaul him, but I've given myself as good a chance as I'm going to get out of it. Didn't hit any Uradura, which is unfortunate. 8,000 I don't think is going to be enough. So I now need to hit him with another reasonable hand. I can't do it with Sumo, unfortunately, unless it's a Hanneman-sized hand. So Hanneman Sumo with this. You're over the play. Would seem like a yes then. No, I mean, these are going to count. There's no doubt these are going to count. This is Cards of Confusion. We don't discount games just because I'm doing poorly. We don't discount games when I'm winning either. We only discount Sanma games because, you know, they're Sanma. Everything else, provided it is against players in the chat, then that will count. Absolutely. So I'm kind of leaning towards Pinfu, Ipeco, Dora. But that's not going to be enough to get me to Hanneman unless I get extremely fortunate. So, what else could I do? Might be worth just cutting the 2 and the 1s here. Alright, gonna cut the ones here. We're gonna at least try and add Tanyo. Yeah, that happens. I'm not going to deny that happens. It's weird. I thought this would affect me more, but obviously we got less time than we do on Soul typically. So I'm still 2 away, and I need a because I can also win with a Mungan hit, basically. But Mungan see my only ranks by 12. Alright, there we go. So Ishansen. That's not good. Four draws left. That red 5. And that actually might just save us. Yeah, so back to Ishanten. Can't call that. That is my thing. Starch Mountain does not help us here. One draw. I've got to hit Tenpai now. 4-7, 4-7. Wrong 4.
Kan.
Yeah, unfortunately I had to calm that because I needed to be in Tenpai to change anything. And Draconis in a sneaky weight. Obviously thinking there are big hands out there, but that ends with 57, 19, and 38 on the scoreboard. So, GG. Might as well queue up. I'm just going to wait a couple of moments to make sure I've got some things set up. Because I meant to just double check things. Right, so rounding up's the only rule I would normally have on. I have to kind of half translate the automatic translation software on this. So I think everything's as we expected. The only thing I'm trying to find out is head bump, which yeah, so I don't think head bump is on. I think it's the other way around. Alright, a game has started, so I'm going to go and find out how to observe that. Mono, RB, Draconis, and JPB. Which I should be able to spectate. There we are. Okay, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do anything until this actually happens, but hey, I can do some spectatorship and watch Mono extend his lead even further. I mean, I gained, what, 7 points on him. That's going to lead to me being, what, less than 300 points behind him? We can't have that. Can't have that at all. Oh dear. So 4 minutes while I just wait for things. Actually, I'm just gonna. I didn't so much get left out. The thing is with the Tenho queues is they are absolutely automated, so it is entirely first one in, first one in, first one in, and also people can queue up while the game is currently in progress. So I imagine that Mono and JPB were, and it was just these two were quick stop and draw for the redraw. So so yeah, I'm just going to take a quick break for the moment. I'll be back in a few moments, and in the meantime, I am not a Cylon. Right, Secret Alliance is terminated. And Cup of Tea has been acquired, so good days had by all. Alright, 1 minute until we get to this. I think what I can actually do here... Actually head back and... Whoops, web version. That's going to be a thing I have to do every single time. So I'm going to queue up. And then we're going to... That'll do. There we go. Okay, so in theory now I can just minimize and then I'm into the actual game that we set up. So let's go. 0412, that is now. Let me in. We have to watch the madness unfold and see exactly how many times Mono will go for a hand that just isn't on. Alright, here we go then. So, Mono on the right, Draconis up top, JPB on the left, and we are currently with Rise, who is the starting dealer. So, we're going to watch Mono's attempt at this fail, because I think we've already got it dead in hand, actually. Nope, not quite. Not quite, but he's obviously going for it again. It's a fairly high-level table, I have to be honest. If be on his day, can be absolutely anybody. Rise, as you can tell, is a fairly consistent and generally good player. Mono is our current points leader, and I absolutely want him to lose this. Which is totally fair and unbiased observations from me, of course. And then Draconis, who is on a bad run of form at the moment, but, you know, is probably the strongest player here. Once he actually gets a little bit of luck behind him anyway, which he seems to badly, urgently need. And you know it's all in good fun, sir. Well, I hope you know it's all in good fun anyway. It's all dominant performance than Draconis at the start of 17 and then Viking at the end of 17 at the moment. And Draconis pretty much all of last year. Alright, so quick Tanya attack from Vidila, which, yeah, is absolutely fine here. Couple of pairs you can draw. 8's likely to come off. And there aren't a lot of free 3s and 6s currently out there. 1 free, actually. So, reasonable shot of things. Mono has decided that's definitely not on and is going for Chanter. No potential pair he can draw. So, actually, Rise is now in for Tanya Toy Toy Dora, which is Mungan, and would be a good start. Problem is, 4 and 3, 3.4 so are unlikely to pay off that way. And he's more likely to just... Oh, I'd have taken the Tanya, but he's seen Toy Toy and he's going for Toy Toy. He could have taken the Tanya Tenpai on the 8-3. Now he's up against the Chanter and Tenpai, which... Oh, he's not going to deal into that, is he? Oh, thank God. I mean, again, totally unbiased commentator here. Totally unbiased. There is zero bias going on. I'm definitely not implanting my hopes into this match 5 minutes in the past. In fairness, though, Draconis can absolutely use that in his hand at the moment. He's got 3-4-5 and a 3-2, so it's absolutely worth him keeping it. And at the moment, Mono's hand is dead.
Gee.
Actually, I say it's dead. It wouldn't be dead if he drew a 7 here, although I imagine that he would cut the 5 dot, maybe? Well, we'll see. Meanwhile, Bryce just keeps drawing 4-man, which is not helping him. He should call this. But obviously he's now debating whether he gets rid of the 4 to 5, and he should call the 8 to get rid of the 4. Just be in Tanyo Tenpai and stay dealer. This late in the game, absolutely. The 4 should pass, the 5 won't. Oh, I don't know why. 310's fine. I mean, there's one draw left. The only important thing is to... oh, that's why he disconnected. Yeah, 310 doesn't matter in the last hand, and pretty much there were only 4 more discards to go after that, so Tanyo for remaining dealer was more of a priority. Unfortunately, as he has disconnected, wasn't able to keep the Tenpai, which is unfortunate. And Rise, they're now getting a sort of habit of what the auto AI will do. Rise out for good. Oh, that's unfortunate if he is. If he is out, then I'll put it up to you three, but I probably want to scrub the score for this game, in all honesty. If he's been out since basically all of East 1. We'll play on, see if he can come back, but if he doesn't, then I would rather scrub the score than punish him for just having connection issues. So apologies if Rise if Mono has finally hit that Yakuman he's after. We'll see. He might well come back before then. I hate my internet. Hey, that's fine.
Dong.
Well, we're going to pick up 1,000 points off of Mono.
Chi.
Let's switch the view up to Draconis here, just because can't really do a lot of analysis on Rise's hand if he's not in. Oh, he's back. Okay. Huzzah. Okay, game might be on then. Hopefully. So, the good news with Rise's discards, at least, is he's still in for a plan. The problem is, of course, somebody else has a better plan. JPB is on for a Chinitsu at the moment, which is significant right now. Draconis, unfortunately, is a bit far away to directly attack that, but we'll see what happens. I think he takes that. He does. So 3 calls, no 10 though for his Chinitsu, but that should stifle the entire table. Good one, Draconis. Keeps going. And so now probably shifting to 7 pairs on the 7-man at this point. Meanwhile, Mono has just hit Tenpai on a 6-9 up. Poor JPV is just not having the fortune at the moment with all of his pair drops. And that's feeling. So 1,000 points going straight back. Oh, plus 1 door. Well, this game could be short. East 4. It's still 30k ceiling they have to overcome, so... Alright, 2 currently in the queue. I just thought I'd check that while we were still watching. Because at some point, this game will show is over, everybody will be back in, and then the next one will start, and I won't actually see the end of this. I will have to go back and make sure I actually do watch the end of this, because I'll need to actually update the scores. Which I'll have to do manually. Well, I still have to do it manually even on Soul, but at least it's got it all listed there. Oh boy. Well, I hope that's back tomorrow, because otherwise it's going to mean that we have to delay the tournament thing until Sunday, but we'll see. Anyway. So this looks okay after 5 turns. That makes it look slightly better. So if you can draw the 8 dot, that's looking good for just Pinfu. Red 5, okay. Bit of value going in. And JPB is in Tenpai for Sanshikyu at the moment. Yeah, you can go reach Sanshikyu Dora. Oh, he didn't take the reach Sanshikyu Dora. What? That's worth 4. That's a Mungan. Dealer Mungan at that. I know he might not hit it because he will have get rid of the F5. Oh, that's a mistake, I think. He might have seen the 6 dots going out though and decided based on that it wasn't likely, but I feel that might have taken that might have forced Draconis off. It might not. We'll see. So reach waiting on the door indicator. I think Rise is dodging for the moment. Although actually he could play the one that was safe. You know, just checking what everybody else is sort of going for.
Home.
Alright, so that's a 3-6 south, double south thing at the moment. So, huzzah. Fortunately, most of his outs appear to be out because he is in for a 10 with that weight as well. And the game apparently is just feeling like punishing him right now. There we go.
Wrong.
That was unfortunate. I mean, the call for Tenpai was fine, but obviously for a 10 considerations there. So Draconis picks up the first significant hand. Mungan taking the lead. Unfortunately, his starting hand after that is kind of terrible. Mono would say it's awesome. But yeah, Draconis is not going to keep us 6, 7, 8. I think that was 1, 2. No, that wasn't even that. So I guess we're about to see our Nagashi attempt. In fact, 2 people were given bad Kokushi starts. So it's between Rise and Mono, at least in terms of initial hands, and I think Mono's got a slight edge. I'm not sure either of them have drawn anything that isn't an honor tile up to this point. Okay, Mono getting quite close. Rise still has a bit of a way to go.
Chi.
Alright, JPC on the attack. So I want to get the green, which makes sense.
Chi.
Okay, Mono E Shanten for what will be a dragon weight if he gets that. Rise Ishanten for 7 pairs.
Chi.
Mono's still... Yeah, Mono's on the Ishanten at the moment. JV quickly trying to build up his thing there. He's at the point, though, of being desperately trying to work around his green-red dragon weight, and this could be... Decides not to go for the weight. He doesn't want to throw green.
Home.
Which might be inspired in context here. We're about to find out. Yeah, it's where he wants to throw the... He won't want to throw the green against the Honitsu. That's what's gonna prevent Mono winning. Yeah, Draconis sees the Chinitsu attempt, and Chinitsu Honitsu, he's not going to go into that. Also just realised the 2 dot is Fedora, which shows how much attention I pay in these games sometimes. But yeah, that's extremely good for Rise, who might call this Tango Tenpai Tudora. Fortunately, most of his weights are out, but it's still Tanyo, Dora 2, potentially Dora 3. If nothing else, it puts pressure on the other two. Does not play the 8 dot. It's a good keep. Not tempted to go for the green even now. And admittedly, he's taking his hand back a couple of steps here. I mean, he might just get it. He's got 1 draw left, but all the reds are gone. If he's lucky enough to get rid of the red. Red 5 does nothing. Tenpai achieves for Mono at the end. 2-player Tenpai. That was a good chase, and yeah, not playing the green dragon there from Draconis, absolute masterclass in defensive play, I think. JVB bluff actually worked, and that prevented him. I mean, if he hadn't have been calling for a Chinitsu, I think that green would have gone out earlier. But yeah, we shall see. So South 1, halfway through. Rise has picked up a good starting hand there. I don't know if he wants to go full for it, but he's now up against a double call, which may affect how he plays it, as it should do. But again, JPB is trying to force a half flush out of whatever he's doing. Rise could just call this. He's dealer. It's dealer, and it speeds up his hand completion ultimately. It's just whether he thinks it's safe, which I think, given that gave him Tenpai as well, that was safe. I mean, he's not a million miles away from Ryuiso before he cut that free. I don't think that's... If that was on his radar, it's a bad thing, and he shouldn't have had it on his radar. But still, I'd have been tempted to cut the 5-6 Manzu there, I think. No, actually, the 4-5 dot. Just realised the 6 of Eudora. Meanwhile, Draconis is looking reasonably good at the bot.
Riichi.
At this, and there's the reach. Okay. Yeah. It's fine, he's dealer, but I feel he could have taken the call earlier and got that far. What, 4-7? Mono has just drawn one of them. Fortunately, it's a useful tire for him, so it's not coming out. Mono also with a Tudora Tanyo, looking like, at the moment.
Riichi.
for Tempai, yeah. So Mono calls for Tempai, so he's now waiting on a 3-6. Looks like it's mostly dead though. There's a single 6 left available here.
Sumo.
And that is a sumo from Rise. So that is going to bring him back into contention. So, Dealer Mungan. Game equalize, Rise back into it. So he needs another one of those to properly assault this game. Draconis has picked up double Yakuhai. Unfortunately, the rest of his hand is not great. Mono again has a consistent and good start. How can I put the commentator's curse on him? I need to work out how to do that. Unfortunately, JPB's is looking less than optimal here, but you never know. You could get something if he's fortunate enough to fill in a couple of those gaps. Meanwhile, let's see. So, Rise, by the look of it, just getting rid of his terminal tiles, just going for a quick Tanya. Draconis trying to move into his half flush. And if he is, he's going to call this. Call 1-2, yep. Okay, so Draconis moving into a half flush. Which, if nothing else, puts a little bit of pressure on people's discards. At least when you've... Okay, now he's played Dora. So having played Dora, he's now should hopefully have some pressure with what he's doing. Rises get the loose Tuso. Mono, though, not buying into it at the moment. Keeping his Ishant in. A shame there. If I had gone the other way around, Draconis would have had Tempai. He does now have Tempai. White Dragon, green for Yakuhai Honitsu. Woo! We like woo. I mean, that's kind of... I know you're 5 minutes in the future, so that doesn't seem like a woo-worthy, but for me, that's woo. Okay, well, Draconis takes the lead. Game's still going on, I think.
Home.
Okay, initial discards are going as they are here. So Mono's dealer turn. And again, he's got a reasonably good starting hand. Not ideal, I think, based on a couple of things. So he's got an Alien Wind pair he might want to get rid of.
Home.
Green Dragons are unfortunately stuck in Draconis' and JPB's hands at the moment. So they're going to clash over the pair each, which actually is looking quite good for Rise, who isn't too far away from where he's currently up to. And he's drawing Manzi, so he could have a Honitsu Dragon up top. Honitsu Dragon Dora. Possibilitsu as well, actually. In fact, he's got the Possibilitsu here if he gets the free man. Going to put you fast on the first count. Oh, what have you been doing, sir? Is there carnage going on?
Long.
Oh, and Draconis takes a... Oh, Rise actually, sorry, takes a Mungan off of Draconis. I completely missed that by the conversation about carnage in the future. Oh boy. Well, this looks like it's going to be a fun one here. This is about when it is, and I see some carnage. I see some potential carnage coming up. Well, Draconis' dealer. If you're not going to calm now, when are you? He's a Mungan down, basically. A non-dealer Mungan down, at least. So, and this is a good enough hand that he can call and go for things here. Doesn't have his pair established if he does calm that 2-dot, though. I imagine that 2-dot Khan is coming. Possibly even the Green Dragon Khan. We'll see. The important question is, what is everybody else on? JPB's hand looks quite good. Rise looks together, just a few loose things. Unfortunately, I think Mono is relying on the Souths or possibly going 7 pairs here. Don't know which one he's going to try to do at this point. We'll see. But Dracone is definitely in the top position for right now. Though, that being said, JPB is Shanton. Draconis is not. There we go. So that is 8-man single weight. Oh geez. Well, this is potentially going to be a disaster. Looking at the loose tile in Draconis' hand.
Gee.
That's a greed call, but he's added some Dora. Oh boy. This is going to get interesting. Oh, he saved. Did not go for the Khan. Okay. So that's 10 pie on the 4-man. Oh dear God. Yeah, no, Khan's the second one though. Oh dear God. Right. That is a lot of Dora that Draconis is now showing. And he sumos it. What the heck was that, sir? Jeez. Okay, Baiman dealer. So from suddenly Rice having a Mungan lead, he's down to 12. He needs a Hanneman hit at this point for a comeback. Meanwhile, yeah, stuff is happening. Still South free. What else have we got going on? JPB's hand looks a bit all over the place. Chanter seems the fastest thing you can go for, Jun Chan at least. Rise. We'll see. Okay, that looks like open Chanter to open Chanter / Jun Chan for me. Mono's hand isn't great either, and I mean, in fairness, again, Draconis is the top hand. But when people ask about monsters, where are all the 5 dots currently? Misclicks. Oh. I feel you, sir. Meanwhile, the Chanter is coming together. So Shanten for JPB. For Chanter Dragon only. Meanwhile, though, Draconis' monster levels of luck are coming back into the fold. Easy Shanten as well. Rise still a couple away. And Mono's still a couple away.
Gee.
But there it is. So we now have Chanter. Chanter waiting on a free, which is interesting given that's not where his hand was going a few moments ago. I'm assuming that's a misclick. Like, I refuse to believe he wouldn't be in the 1-man wait given the options. Also, a game has started, so I can't watch the end of this, which is going to get annoying here because I think the volume's still going to go. Well, this is what happens when you queue up to make sure you get into a game. I will at least keep the other game kind of in the background, and we will score that when we get round to the end. But Well, yeah, let's see. All right, so we're starting south, east 1. And we're going to be hearing 2 discards for a while. I apologize. It's annoying me just as much as it's annoying you. But I do need to see the end result of that game. Alright, west. So our starting hand's not too bad. Who are we actually up against here? Yarok, Demons, and Draconis. I'm going to ignore the first white, though. Was it back-to-back Buyman? Oh, jeez. I mean, in fairness, that could have easily happened on Sol. Cut the 1. Obviously want to grab something near the door if we can, and this is the best way of doing it.
Riichi.
No reaches. Just reaches on the other table, which are about to go into Byman's. Oh boy, that's going to get annoying for a while. Sorry. Actually, I should be able to shut that off, I think. Not going to call that. Play the 4-man.
Riichi.
I'm sure there was a sound effects button somewhere, but I can't find it in there. Oh well.
Sumo.
Called second one. We're now 10 high, waiting on a 5-8 dot. That was a great hand rise. Says watching the end. I will just put the title card on. I'm not going to call that. I'm also going to say no calls, just ons, because I don't think there's anywhere I need to improve my hand. I suppose that arguably I could do the 5 so, but I don't think open carning from here is a good idea.
Long.
And we'll take a win. So 2,000 points off Draconis to start the game off. Yeah, I mean, I was just going on in the background, so I saw the end of the Buyman just as I was pulling that up, but okay. This is a hand.
Riichi.
No first turn reach for anybody here. Not going to call that. Going to play green. Which is immediately called by Yarok. Okay. That is fine. We can work with this. So the hand is a little awkward, but still got some potential. If we can draw 5 dots, get rid of a closed weight here, maybe get rid of a couple of souths. I need to. I probably do need to go and watch that back, and I might even do that when waiting for the next game to start up. Oh, that's a great draw. Okay, so yeah, as I said, we get rid of that, get rid of that. So we're then looking to be in a pair weight for one or either of them. Yarok is bluffing a Daisangan. As per the eternal rules, he does not have the third one.
Sumo.
Downside is I need a 9 or a south. Or I need to get rid of something. I think we'll stick for the moment. So end card, just for purposes of that. Did just about well, I did just about jump for that. Disrespect for Dealer Reach. I mean, there's always disrespect for Dealer Reach. So yeah, good win for the Rise, who probably climbs. I'll have to actually do some prop scoring in a bit and work that out, but I'd say you're looking quite good. Meanwhile, we are starting to look a lot better here. We're now in a position where we can go south and 9 for it.
Chi.
Yeah, we go for this. You needed all the gem, and apparently it was yours.
Home.
Alright, auto run, no calls. 2-5, Honitsu. But if somebody's going for Daisangan, they don't care about that. He doesn't have a Daisangan. I told you. He's not even bluffing it. Surely, if you're in this position, you have to keep the white, if only for bluff purposes. Surely you had... Because even if he's just got the 1, there's a chance I'm waiting on that with what my hand is. Oh, that was weak. No, you should have... I get you don't want to toss the 7, but that was not the correct move. It's not even about meaning at that point. It's the white was not safe. I'm in a half flush hand. The white dragon is the worst thing you can probably play against me at the moment, since given it's live. If he had 2, then he's just folding a Yakuman chance, which I don't agree with. As much as, yeah, I disagree possibly with the vehemence that Mono says go for Yakuman every single time. There's a vague hint of it, but you can't discard the white in that position. It's instant Mungan, quite aside from anything else. Instant significant hand in a close game is just win. But alas, he did get the lesser win, and we'll see if he's punished for not having enough points later. Weirdly, the complete opposite thing we were complaining about in the fucking game 1, but anyway. Which is fine, but as I say, the white dragon was still a live tile. There's given 2 calls, dealer Honitsu was a thing. But again, it happens. I'm not gonna pipe on. I feel it was an error, but ultimately you did get the win, so. Meanwhile, I'm having slight regrets over not calling that green earlier. That might be a mistake. I mean, ultimately, we have no reason to definitely go for this hand. It's not got a lot of value behind it unless I can draw a couple of Forso. And I have 2 safe tiles now, so there's that.
Home.
I'm assuming he called for Tenpai. I don't know that for certain, but we're not in a position to really chase it at this point anyway.
Riichi.
Okay, Yarok with the reach. I was going to say interesting, but then of course the door is actually safe to him, so... I mean, all ductiles are kind of dangerous to him, in all honesty. They actually... maybe. We'll see. I think I'm tossing dragons. So I'm just buying safe tiles because our hand is not worth attacking with at this point either. We could potentially get the Itsu, but it's not worth it even if we get the chance to do that.
ドン
And let's be dealing. Okay, so Draconis picks up back to within 100 points. So this is a tight game. This is going to be won by whoever gets the first significant hand. We have a possible Itsu, Honitsu attempt. Close 7, close 3 in the first 2 draws. Get rid of these 2. Reach with a green. No, maybe not. Maybe we'll just go with a boring Itsu. A good boring Pinfu. Pinfu Itsu though. Come on, 7 man. Not quite.
C
This might be too aggressive. But it's a tight game, and I'm thinking that I want to take the initiative. And now we change to Honitsu, Dora 2. It's not a swap I wanted to necessarily do, but this is the correct swap. 7 man south.
Home.
Yeah, we'll take Tenpai here. So I doubt the 7's coming out of his hand, but he did play one earlier. So there's 3 winners left. And I keep drawing dot tiles against what looks like a dot tile hand if it's going to be anything. But I've had no opportunity to call in the middle, so this might be good. Who knows? Oh, that's interesting. Does that change anything going into 8 or 9? It's the same either way as the 7. Gonna go into the 9.
Riichi
This is no way influenced by Yarok going for a Nageshi here. Not way at all.
Dong.
There we go. Correct decision was made. Honitsu Doradora. I think we're fairly fortunate with that, in all honesty, but yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, we might be in jam overflow right now. If I pair up the white dragons, then we'll see. But yeah, okay. I'll remind you that the players are allowed to be in chat and do talk back. So no definite spoilers about what my hand is.
Home.
Spicy and okay then is probably fine, especially as I said okay then. Yeah, probably, and that's one of the things that can happen. We're going to carry white. We have Dora free, so all we need to really concentrate on is just finishing the hand and reaching. I'd like the 6 to be proven safe at some point. There we go. Okay, that helps. Good news is 8 is safe, but I'm keeping it just because that's our good last tile, and I'd rather get rid of more dangerous things to start with. Good news is I know he doesn't have any value if it's not that hand, because at most he can have 1 Dora, and if it's Dragon 1 Dora, that's 2,000 points, so I'm happy to deal with anything that isn't a dot Honitsu, really. Meanwhile, though, this is starting to look ideal, so...
Riichi.
Yeah, 410. Alright, 410, 147. I'm going to take it, though. It's an error, but I'm hoping they're going to...
Riichi.
Be scared off. Didn't happen. And that was the worst tile I could have probably discarded on. Doesn't matter. Well, 2,000 points given, and it was a cheap hand, as mentioned, since it wasn't the Honitsu. That's me not observing. I should have been more aware of that. Ah, well. I saw Dora free in Reach, and ultimately that is what you do in that sort of situation, so... And I've got enough points that I'm not too bothered about losing 1,000. Or at least an extra 1,000. Okay, Dracona's going for a Honitsu start. And he might be the only one doing that. So Binzu Honitsu on the right. It's a little aggressive, but I want to put some pressure on Draconis if he's doing that. As a secondary concern, look to be in the same hand as him, so therefore it doubles up the fact do not play these tiles. Yeah, it's a bad call. I'm not denying that. That's a bad call. But we're still Tenpai if we get the red, which is what we're after. And it emphasizes again that I'm in the same hand you're after. And they're still playing dot tiles against it. Well then. I guess we are going for this hand then. It wasn't the original idea, but it's what we're doing now. I mean, it's at most 2,000 points Honitsu. Plus, yeah, just the Honitsu, really. If it comes up, if we don't get the dragon. I don't think the dragon's going to get played at this point since the game has gone on this long. That's safety against me. North isn't. Yeah, that's the double. Thankfully, 7 dot is safe. We can prove that. Is he holding on to anything else we want, though? Ooh, okay, so he's got to be in Tenpai if he's throwing 2 mil tiles out of his probable hand. I mean, he could not be in a dot weight. It's always possible.
Riichi.
What are you reaching with? 6 dot. And we'll play the 5 because we want to play definite safety against the first. That's annoying. Alright, what do I have against this? Not much, not much, not much. It will save a turn ago to Draconis, so that's the only logical ring on this. Literal turn before reach. Do I go for this? Or do I take the safety? We've got 2 to go. I'm in the lead. I'm going to take the safety.
Tsumo.
Yeah, wait, 3-5. Would not have got that if we'd have called, unfortunately, but hey, that's the way it works. Still over the 30k threshold, and the hand is looking okay here. Okay, let's go with this. So 4 pairs, 3 of them are likely callable. And we do want to kick this guy off of the dealer button.
Riichi.
Oh, fast reach from Draconis then. So we're going to play our normal game as much as we can here, but...
Riichi.
Well, I don't have a lot with this, so yeah.
Chi. Long.
And that'll do. That was probably the ideal result ultimately, and it was reach only. But hey, sometimes that's all you need. Okay. And of course that helps me out a bit as well, puts me much closer to Tenpai, gets rid of a dealer turn. We're into Alpha. We're into Alpha 1. Sitting double self, so we're definitely not getting rid of this until we have to. For potential bonus shenanigans. Don't know who run away with all these points. That's the sort of thing that would get you timed out. An agenda against the streamer? That sounds like a conspiracy theory. Yes, now we know how you got all those points. Alright, this is good. Not ideal, but we'll take anything to become dealer at this point.
Riichi.
Alright, reach, and we go with that. Gives us a Yeah, 6-9. 6-9 and potential carnage. So reach and 1. 7 of them left. Fortunately, not able to Khan because, of course, that would change the hand, so that would be illegal, and it didn't even give me the option. Mahjong Time did not tell you that about things like that. Mahjong Time will let you genuinely get chombos from doing things. Wouldn't the 5-man be better there? Maybe. I mean, ultimately, if I get rid of the 5-man with that... I mean, it wouldn't really. Same weight, and, you know... But the thing is, if I do the 5-man from here, then that basically means that the tiles next to it are dangerous, meaning, i.e., the 6-man. I mean, I prefer high Manzi to seem risky than just things around the 5-man. But I don't know. It's fine. It's a 2-sided weight, 7 of them left, and I'm going to be I'm trying to draw it anyway, so. If somebody wants to incidentally play the 6-9, that's up to them. But we're looking to draw this and potentially just calm the 9s. Which could still happen.
Riichi.
Okay, pursuit reach.
Sumo.
Pursuing with a worse rate, with a worse weight that incidentally is also one of mine. Fun. Okay. It's fine. It's his Mahjong. It happens. It ultimately wasn't valuable enough for me to be that upset about it, but... But nobody wanted to play the 9s, which is absolutely fine. As I say, mostly I was playing for drawing that anyway. Or drawing those tiles. But anyway, we're dealer now. Let's see what we can do. Fortunately... Let's get a couple of these closed ones dealt with. This is... Actually, if I can get this one dealt with... If I draw a 4-man, that's going to be more ideal. Oh yeah, it's still a tie game, so I'm not too... as I say, if that was a Mungan hand, I'd be more annoyed at it. But that is Mahjong. Sometimes the best hand does not win. Okay, one closed weight filled. Got our pair established here, so we're just trying to look to get this to a pin-fu here if we can. 4-man would be absolutely ideal. 6-dot would be fine, allows us to swap out. Fortunately, I have given a dragon away. Alright, let's cut this now. I'll draw the 4-man exactly now to punish me, but you know.
Pong.
Okay, so that was probably the riskiest tile left.
Riichi.
Well, I say was. Alright, I want to be safe against the first one, so we're gonna dodge. And see if we can overplay into him. Not going to do it because it doesn't give us anything. We have no value. We have no yak if we call this. I'd rather just play for the draw.
地
Yeah, this is too aggressive. You're not in Tenpai. You're just risking your lead at this point. Was that 5 safe? I'm not convinced it was, actually. That passes. We've got a slight chance of ending this Tenpai. I said slight. We can play the 5 up since he has.
Chi.
Oh, Draconis is going to call for Tenpai. That's really annoying. Alright. Yeah, so we're the only no-10 player. Everybody else attacking. Fine. But that was also a no-value hand up top. I'm more concerned about not dealing into people rather than worrying about tile efficiency at that point. You're probably right, but... But 7-man was not a safe tile. A 6-man had been played and there was a bit of a pause on that before. And I think thought the 6 was dodgy. I wasn't playing the 7 to that board. Okay. Eh. No, the only bias is making sure Mono loses. Mono's not in this game. We have no bias here.
Home.
Alright, Dragon Call for the dealer. Which is a secondary concern now that I'm close enough that I have to worry about his point score. Hey, maybe we can luck into a Nageshi from here. Who knows?
Each.
Yeah, basically. Right, I don't necessarily need the Mungan direct hit. Mungan Sumo wouldn't be enough, because that's only a 10 exchange. Okay, so I have to worry about this now. I think I'm just going to play 8. Yeah, I mean, the hand's not close enough to really go for it at this point. Yeah, there's much more in a benefit for other people attack it. That being said, I don't have a lot of defense against it, in all honesty, so I would play R1.
Sumo.
Alright, Sumo. That actually extends our lead, so we're not too upset by this. It is Mungan. So it gives us an extra 2,000 point buffer for second. So with a 4,000 exchange here, now I need a Mungan Sumo. Because obviously he's video, so he pays slightly more. That being said, we need to get that Mungan Sumo. West is helpful.
ポン
Another Yakuhai would be helpful. Sandora would be even more helpful. 7 pairs would be Mungan, I think. Yeah. Riichi Sumo 7 pairs for Mungan. Toy Toy and Dragon Yakuhai would be fine as well. Downside is, of course, I've got 4 dot and 7 man as my pairs here, so it's unlikely they're going to get called.
Home.
But that's 1. And even if we don't get the Toy Toy side of things, at least getting a hand secures a second place. So
Home.
indeed, it is not last. So we're going to be Tenpai on the free so and hopefully swap this around to Toy Toy proper. We'll see though. That's potentially the awkward one, but it's an extra thing if it comes up. In fairness, I could turn the hints off to not do that, but as I say, it's a beginner-friendly forum most of the time, at least my opinion on Soul. So I tend to know. I have no idea how to play safety against that. Just given things. That's annoying because I really should attack this.
ドン
Well, that's the result. 50 and 5. So let me just go and do a thing here because I think we want to observe the... Where is it? Oh wait, these are my replays. I don't actually have a chance to get to that one unless I've missed something. Oh no, there we go. Nope, that's the game we just had. Oh, that's annoying. And you don't need the emotes. I mostly ignore them anyway. Let me just see if I can actually get from there. Because it should be the same link. So, unable to give you game info. Okay, fine. I'll have to grab that later. Right. I'm happy to do one more if people want another game, but... actually, that'd be useful. Send the game link. I just want to see the last couple of hands. Because the game that you won, actually, I didn't see the last 2 hands particularly. At least not while I was paying attention. So I'll probably watch that, and that will probably be stream at this point. You don't act like you want to stay ahead, I've got to be honest. You're overplaying when you're in the lead. Not necessarily the last game, but certainly the one before that. That is a thing. Get out of that. Thank you. So we want to go to round. Where are we? So let's go for round madness. So this is the second one, and I think this is where we stopped watching at this point. So we're with Draconis at this stage, who has just picked up a Bymond for just picked up his Bymond. Meanwhile, Rise's hand does not look like it's anything at this point. I mean, I already mentioned Perfect Storm. We're just going to watch this Perfect Storm unfold, I think. Alright, second pawn. So this is the chanter that RPB is building to at this point. Meanwhile, Draconis still getting really good tiles at the moment. And this is where I think he makes a misclick, because I don't see from here that he actually plays the... He plays the 1, when he really, really should have played the 3. Still.
Riichi.
Alright, Riichi into Khan. Discards Medora at that point. Goes in, changes up, and is now into a white dragon weight here. Was the Riichi bad or good? I think it was overplaying it to a little extent because of things. However, equally from that side of point, no, you would expect people to expect. I don't know. Let's go back. Let's go back here. What was the board state when you actually reached here? So this is your Riichi. You're up against a triple call. You know from what you can see that it's probably going to be Chanter. Although not guaranteed to be, I guess. You're waiting on West, White. All of those are available. West isn't your wind, but the fact that none of them have been seen suggests... I don't know. You only got 4 weights. Nobody will play a dragon against this hand because obviously this is happening. The West equally they're not going to play against this hand because this is happening. It's whether you can draw it. I think that's the thing. That was a bad Khan. I've got to be honest. Although admitting that was his only Yaku at the time with that Khan and Dragon. It was early, which is fair. But given nobody's going to play them if they don't want to attack, then I don't know. Maybe against free calls, I probably wouldn't have done. Especially as you could have just been on a white dragon and only waited it out a little bit. But mind you, I'm not sure how you would have folded from here anyway. You don't have a lot of value. That's the other side note. I mean, if you white dragon Dora, Riichi is what you've got at this point. So,
Riichi.
And then that's the Perfect Storm coming up from
Riichi.
Rise. There's another 1,000 points on the table. So yeah, this is suicide running, I think, from these two, although they're a bit more justified given the point gaps. And there's the sumo. So that's the big Vyman into what I think was the last hand of the game. Disrespect. I mean, disrespect is one thing, but Mono absolutely needed the points. And Rise had a hand that was, on the surface at least, able to directly counterattack. He at least had a good number of outs left. Okay, so Mono's doing Mono things over there, as we can see.
Riichi.
Into this Riichi. So this is an early Suji Riichi. So yeah, I'm okay with that. You also do need to win. It's Suji Riichi, Dora 1. I mean, that's the only argument against it. You just don't have enough value. Oh, no, you've got 2 triplets of wins, and you're deliberately holding on to these 2. It's the Mono thing. Eventually gives it up, which is fair. He's now seeing the half flush. Oh, no, hold on, I missed that. Yeah, no, absolutely. Right, back to here. And just the sumo. Okay. But, I mean, sumo was reasonable. At least puts you in a reasonable position there. So, huzzah! Points scored. Stuff and things have happened. Any more for any more, or shall I call that stream? You're good. Well, that means I'm playing another one. Alright, so myself, Mono, Demons, and JPB for the last game of the stream. This is a good start. Which is fair enough. This is sort of the period of the game where everything goes wrong, so... Let's see. You can grab either of the Aku Heights, fine. Otherwise, we're going to be looking to just grab a quick Tanyo attack. And Tanyo attack might be what we do anyway. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. So that means we're more likely sliding into Pinfu rather than Tanyo, but hey. Never know. Might be able to get around that. Shantan. So that'd be reach on the 6. We are dealer.
Riichi.
Well, let's see if we can throw some disrespect bluffs going on. And we've now thrown a Suji down. Perfect. I don't think anyone's going to play the 6 against this hand. This is just a case of whether we can draw it or not. Wrong 6. But hey, I'm not giving any information out. Although someone's tempted. Okay. So JPB going to be the disrespectful one here and attack the dealer reach, which is fine. He's absolutely going to do that. He might be in Tenpai with that.
Kang.
That's a lot more disrespect than I would probably suggest from this, but fine. So we got one additional draw about this.
Home.
That's a card from a non-Tenpai position. I'm not sure on this from JPB. Although it's annoying that I'm probably going to deal into this.
Chi.
Okay, not quite. I was expecting that to be it. Well, if 1-5 doesn't do it, let's try the second 5. Alright, 2 more draws. One more draw. I'd say 6 so. Not quite. 10 pound to 5. Okay, well that's fine. We got a little bit of a bonus bump out of things. Let's play the indicator dragon to start with. As a dealer, it was fine. There was upgrade room, certainly, but I was more interested in pushing people around or at least seeing what happened. Apparently, JPB has played enough games of Tiles of Confusion to not be pushed around by things like that. I'm just saying it's just generally bad play. I've got to be honest. It's not even just disrespect. I mean, I get disrespect because that's just attacking to try and snipe a hand that you think is going to be bad by scoring something cheap. Absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that. That's a totally valid move. Sometimes it's even the best strategy. But if you're carning from a position where you're not even tenpai, then that's bad play. Especially against the Riichi. Alright, so we're getting into a position where we might have to toss this. Okay, so this is now Tanyo Ishanten. And unfortunately, we're going to have to play the White Dragon next turn almost regardless of whatever we draw here, unless we get a pair of them. Well, it passed.
Riichi. Riichi. Chi. Long.
Alright, that's fine. Well, that is pretty much the game going away from us there. So there's the Buyman. And provided he doesn't do anything crazy, that is probably enough to win him the game. I knew somebody had them. And that was a clear indicator of somebody not carning. When that actually might have been a worthwhile thing. Carning 4 dragons is amazing how many people start folding against you when that happens. Carning 4 Dora, I mean. If you have 4 dragons, then you've done something bad with the tiles, and clearly somebody's cheating somehow. Okay, let's get rid of these. Go for Tanya. So Ishanten. For pretty much my ideal type of hand. I mean, sometimes it's worth showing Dora 4 if only to try and throw people off, or at least, you know, bluff. The best kind of bluff is the one where you can't 4 Dora. Especially if that turns into 8 Dora. What's going to be annoying here is I'm going to draw that 5, and then I'm suddenly going to be in a single weight. Come on, Friso for the Sanshku. That's what we want. Friso 5-man. Nope. I mean, that's fine. That's a secondary consideration. At least then you know nobody's got any benefit out of it. Other than you, of course. Well, it looks like I might... I mean, this could be over this hand, actually. It would just require a deal in from JPB, and that's game. Not quite. So I can reach Ipeiko Tanyo. I don't like it, but it's early enough that I think... Let's go for it. Got a huge gap to 4th, so that's my consideration on this. I'm just going to bluff. It's a bad weight. But immediately pursued, so clearly no...
Long.
Fine. Mono. Fine. War was declared. Now he knows war was declared. That's fine. That was probably a bad pursuit reach, I've got to be honest. I know he won immediately, but that was an edge weight reach only. Admittingly, mine was about as bad, but he had no way to know that. Still, he won. I can't complain too much.
Home. Chi. Riichi.
Oh, this is bad. Let's go for it.
Sumo.
Alright, fine. We went for it. It didn't work out. The downside with this is we're losing time. Okay then. That was on the consideration front. It's just ultimately with the way it worked out, we wouldn't have had time. But absolutely, that's where I was going initially. Alright, let's see if demons can protect a big lead.
Home.
Okay, so now we do this. I want to cut for Tanya, that's the thing. Just, yeah, that can be cut in that direction. Should probably cut the 8 as well. We have potential carnage, and in this position it's probably correct. So now I just have 3 closed weights I need to fill in. Hey, there's one.
Riichi. Sumo.
Okay. So now I'm really out of time to do anything. So my problem now is I've got dealer Hanneman to worry about. Well, non-dealer Hanneman would be fine. It's Mung and Sumo in a moment when I'm dealer. So we're getting to a stage now where we're just going to have to go for a big hit off somebody else, which is unreliable to say the least. It also isn't a fast hand what we're doing right now, so
Home. Home.
okay, not ideal. So again, Demons isn't doing the usual thing of folding out the hands. He might be worried about mono catching him in all honesty, which is a consideration, I guess. But he's not in a position where he needs to go and attack things. I certainly am. JPB certainly is. But Demons can actually afford to just stay out of things.
Long.
Doesn't. And now it's my... I've got even more of a problem now. Ugh, okay. So I need to stay dealer in a position where I can't sumo. Well, what I mean is I can't sumo with anything that is worth sumoing with. Not unless we get into the Byman territories. Byman would be enough. So reach 10, Yusanchiki, Dora. That's potentially good enough. The problem is I'm going to have to give up a sumo if it comes to it. Which is a horrible position to be in, but...
Riichi.
Actually, somebody's determined to just give away all their points. Fine.
Riichi. ポンスモ
Oh, well, that was annoying. Okay. Unfortunately, I had 0 options with that, because if I'd have C mode, I'd have finished 3rd, but it would have been... yeah, not in the mood for that. Good news is now I can win with anything, but I've got no dealer turns left. I mean, drawing all the right tiles is exactly how you win games, so...
ポン リーチ
yeah, no need to reach there.
Riichi.
Okay.
Sumo.
Yeah, no worries. It's not going to happen, Rise. I'm just going to say that now.
Riichi.
Again, you're just going to lose to mono doing this.
1本
Yeah, so against now an obvious chin is
Sumo.
2. Still got it. A single weight as well, you had no reason to go for that. Sorry, I didn't. Oh boy.
Home. Kan.
And yeah, sorry for being annoyed. It's just I had the chance to take third, I didn't take it. And this is me being punished for it, which is entirely my own fault. But I should have just ended this and taken third.
Home. Home.
Wasn't better off in the ball because it was absolutely correct for me to not take that win with the goals of not losing points to mono. The downside is, of course,
1
can't even take that because I have to hit the rim. Yeah. Driving the one earlier was kind of bad in that context of this sneaking up.
Home. Home.
And again, person in the lead does not need to chase this. Ah well, three-sided for a 10 weight. That, though, is fine. Just working out what we want to be doing here. Go 3-6. So Sharon won for third, ultimately. That's actually not the worst thing, I guess. Assuming that passes.
Don't.
For a 10 for God's sake. Well, thus ends the miserable game.
Riichi. ロン
Unfortunately, I have no choice but to go for the Jinshin Sanshiki, but there we go. Does I win with that? Not quite. 25. Alright, we're calling that stream there. We're not in a condition to play at the moment. Right, I will see people tomorrow for stuff and things as and when they happen. So, until then.